How to start a podcast for free on YouTube. This is one of my absolute favorite subjects. I absolutely love this because, yeah, you can actually do that for free. Anything and everything that you could possibly need for a video podcast or for a podcast on YouTube, however way you want to look at it, yeah, you could really get started for free. And I really, really, really want you to get started, but I don't want you to waste a lot of money up front before you learn the ropes. So let's go over that next. By the end of this video, we're going to show you how you can possibly start your YouTube video, your podcast channel for free on YouTube. I'm talking lights, I'm talking cameras, I'm talking editing, I'm talking anything and everything that you could possibly need, thumbnails, thumbnail design, all that kind of good stuff. How to do it for free. You don't have to make a huge investment up front. In fact, it's better that you don't. Get started, then you can grow. Let's go over that now. I'm Nick Natarella with AdWise Creative. I've been doing audio and video post-production for almost 35 years now. I would love for you to take your business and put it on YouTube, and I'm going to show you how you can do it for free. First of all, getting started in video, yeah, there's a lot to learn. But when you boil it down to its very basic elements across the board, you're talking about 5 or 6 things that you really need to be aware of. And then from there, you can improve every single time you make a video. It's not going to be perfect up front. Let me tell you that right now. It took probably several years for me to get to where I am today. But the thing is, I actually started out as an actor in high school, carried it through to college, became a stage manager. Being in front of a camera is not difficult for me. I'm used to it. There's a learning curve, and you do have to get used to it. And like I said about the learning curve, the same is true for your camera. Let's start with your camera. The best place that I would say to get started with, first of all, is this camera right here. Again, you probably already have one. It's in your pocket. There's no extra investment needed. Get started with that camera right there. In fact, your smartphone camera is probably starting to catch up to Hollywood caliber as it is. There's some pretty amazing things that they're packing into these smartphones now. In fact, the big competition on, well, first of all, they have done a full-length feature film that did run in the theater, but I'm still waiting for somebody like Sony or Lionsgate or, you know, one of the big producers. I'm waiting for somebody really big to come up with a full-length film that was completely and totally shot on a smartphone. Now, a film has already been released to the theaters that's been shot on a smartphone, but I want one of the big guys to all of a sudden wake up and see what they can possibly do. Number 2, lighting. I don't know about you, but the sun has always been free all my life. Step outside, go outside. Now, a couple things that you can do to make that light even nicer. Now, if you want to stay inside, I live in Florida, so it's really nice to be inside during the summertime. Thank you very much. I would be like Nick Niagara Falls Natarella. I sweat so much when it's so hot out in the summertime in Florida. Sit by a window, open the windows, you know, do whatever you got to do to get the light in. Number 1, what you could possibly do for a window is get a shower curtain. Buy a translucent shower curtain, one of those frosted shower curtains. Get one of those that softens the light. That way the shadow isn't so harsh and it looks much more natural, say across your face, over your shoulder. If your head is casting a shadow over your shoulder, it's not a really harsh shadow, that kind of thing. Same thing if you want to go outside, fine. There's going to be some outdoor noise issues to deal with, but sit under a tree. Get in the shade of a tree. That softens that light as well, and it doesn't look as harsh. So now you've got your camera and your lighting covered. Your microphone, well, that's built in. Now, I will also tell you that when you get the chance to upgrade your microphone, please do. In fact, I'm a little biased because I've been playing in the audio sandbox for over 25, 35 years now, so I tend to lean towards audio. I'm going to suggest you upgrade your microphone first before you upgrade anything else. I'm sure a bunch of videographers and video producers might have other suggestions. I'm an audio guy, that's my background. I strongly suggest you upgrade your microphone. The lighting, you can't beat the sun, except for control. We can get into that later. The camera, it's a great camera, but the microphone is still a little lacking. It's catching up, but there are some really great mics out there that are very, very inexpensive. And that would be one of the ones that I'd start off with picking up right off the bat. That'd be my first improvement, would be a microphone. And then finally, how do you put this all together? With your editing software. Chances are you've got editing software on your phone already, or you probably have editing software on your computer, on your desk. So either way, you've already got software that you weren't even aware of. Now, there's more stuff out there that's really powerful. I mean, you can go from the simple cut the flub, put them together, you got a nice little jump cut, okay? Really basic stuff on your phone, all the way up to a professional Hollywood editor. And there's a professional Hollywood editor out there that you can actually get for free. There's tons of software that's out there for free. Apps for your phone, apps for your desktop, laptop, and full-blown programs that you can install and start doing some amazing things with. Yes, you can do some amazing things with it, but those are all rabbit holes that you can run down if you want to lose your focus. Stay focused on creating content for your clients. That's where you want to go with this. That's the most important thing. Yes, you can add certain touches later on down the road, improve the audio, improve your color grading, improve your editing, improve across the board. Sure, no problem. But if you're not sitting down in front of the camera and pressing that little red button, all the other stuff is irrelevant. I'm here to get you past that hump, concentrate on the 5 or 6 things you need to concentrate on, and just press the red button. Get that done, get that up and running, then you can travel down any one of the rabbit holes as you improve your product. And in fact, that's what we do here. We go over podcast editing and microphones and all that kind of setup. We do video, whether it's YouTube. We do all kinds of blogging stuff, and anything and everything that for your YouTube, your podcast, and your blog, for your business to make you successful on the internet and on social media. That's what we cover here. So be sure to like and subscribe. Don't miss a single episode, because we've got nuggets. I spend time doing a deep dive on microphones, doing a deep dive on lighting. It's all going to be here, so be sure to subscribe. And then finally, the last step is your actual YouTube channel. How much do you pay for that every single month? $0. A YouTube channel is free. So make yours today. The only thing you need for that is a Google account. Once you've got a Google account, you can go to YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google. I don't know if you knew that connection. YouTube is owned by Google, and that's why the search engine works so well on YouTube. It is the #2 search engine in the world, right behind Google. But between the two of them, you have a very powerful way to reach clients. And having your YouTube channel is absolutely free. A podcast, on the other hand, let's say if you did all the other things for free, which you pretty much can do. When it comes to recording and editing a podcast, you can do all of that for free, but uploading it, you're going to have to pay. There are hosting services that house your podcast episodes. And depending on which one you go with, they've got tons of bells and whistles. Some of them are very streamlined. Some of them are very, very, very robust. They can cost you anywhere between $10 to $50 a month just for hosting. So that's all going to come into play no matter what you decide to do. With YouTube, top to bottom, front to back, side to side, the whole thing can be free every single step of the way. And I strongly advise you to take advantage of that up front while you get your feet wet, while you start to learn the routine, while you start to figure out this business of YouTube and editing videos and writing scripts and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of thing that you need to get your feet wet first before you start making major investments. You can easily spend tens of thousands of dollars on equipment, cameras, lighting, microphones, all that kind of stuff. But if you've spent that tens of thousands of dollars and go, you know what, this isn't for me, you don't want to have that buyer's remorse, okay? So start with your phone, and the key word is start. And to get you started for free, if you look down in the description down below, I've got a link down there. It's a free guide to free video editing software. And like I mentioned earlier, well, first of all, it doesn't matter whether you're on Mac or PC or even Linux-based, there's free software out there that'll fit your platform. Now, do you want something that's really simple, or do you want something that's that Hollywood caliber? They're all free. Everything on this guide is for free. You can test them out, try them out, download them, kick the tires, try the one. There may be some idiosyncrasies between them. The general application is going to be pretty straightforward, but how they do it may be nuanced from program to program. Find the one you like, that's the one I strongly suggest you stick with, the one you feel most comfortable with. So down below, click the link and get your free guide right now. I'm Nick Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.